It's the most unpredictable night of the IWC calendar year. It's Reloaded 4.0. Joe Dabrowski, Jay Worthington, Farnsworth. It is a night of fun, of intrigue and mystery. All championships on the line, and all opponents decided thanks to a random draw. It's the infamous reset button.
Good Lord, where are we starting off here? Here we go.
Bringing his way to win, Ohio, at 25, 6-4. He is the king of the one-night stands, JaXon.
Well, Jock Samson spent much of 2017 making Shane InYaFace his psychological plaything. The Mega Powers had used Shane as a pawn in their game, making a major statement, but Shane made a statement of his own back at Winner Take All, Jay Worth, because it was Shane who knocked out Magnum CK in about 15 seconds. Jock Samson battled Shane, picked up the victory in Rural Valley of Fallout. Of course, we're going to hear from the king of the one-night stands before we go to action.
Well, it's good to see all the faces that have been talking trash on Facebook and Twitter, because my big old buddy's in the ring like a man, and you sat here and you bought a ticket like a coward to scream and yell at somebody from a distance. You start that red crap on off out here right now. You suck! You suck! You suck! You suck! You suck! Hey, everybody, look, it's the reason Andrew Powell's is champion. And you people can shut the hell up, too. No, 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 no. This is what's going to happen tonight. This is what's going to happen tonight. Shane, because I'm going to tell you, Shane InYaFace is going to come out here, and I'm going to beat him within 5 minutes, because I should not have to wrestle him again tonight. I shouldn't have to be wasting my time. I should be here with their butt buddy Andrew Powell in the title match tonight. Because I've been on the road for 14 years to have to put up with this crap and this federation. I'm getting sick and tired of getting looked over. And when I beat Shane, shut the hell up.
That seems a bit rude.
Well, we're not going to wait for Jock Samson to finish his diatribe. Here we go. Ali Fredericks leading in a new look Shane InYaFace we saw debuted at Winner Take All. Shane explodes with Luther's press. As he mentioned, Jay Worth, the rivalry months in the making, but Jock has always found a way to elude Shane InYaFace's wrath and escape with his hide. But Shane has come out guns a-blazing here in the early going.
Shane has that waist lock just cinched in. That is just German suplexing the ever-loving crap out of Jock.
3 high-impact suplexes. And Jock Samson may be, yeah, Shane is certainly all in your face right now. Jock may be rethinking some of those comments he made about being above Shane, better than Shane, not deserving this. I think he's had this coming in for a long time.
I can't say that I've ever known Jock to be a man to reconsider a position. I don't know that all this be. There you go.
Well, Jock got the foot up. Oh. Jock, the veteran, takes 14 years on the road. He talked about it before this matchup. 2-0, and You gotta believe Jock is fighting, at least in part, for his tag team partner, Magnum CK, who hasn't been seen since he was embarrassed in this building by Shane a couple of months ago. Speaking of embarrassing.
Yeah, you hear the bell.
I think Jock's not even looking for a victory. Ellie's in the ring. And she is risking her hide. I wouldn't recommend this at all from either party. Unhand her, Jock.
Yeah, she shouldn't have gotten the rope.
Whoa! Oh! And Shane, that knee strike! It knocked out Magnum! It just knocked out Jock!
How is that legal? Ellie was standing in the ring.
How is it legal for Jock to insert the cowbell? Either way, emphatic statement. Shane takes out 2 Mega Flowers in a combined total of what, 2 minutes?
Good Lord. I guess it's good work if you can get it.
Not getting paid by the hour. It's a new mentality, a new mindset, but the killer instinct of the once undefeated MMA fighter, Shane InYaFace, is still there as prevalent as always. Jock Samson has finally been shut up because he's been knocked out. Could be a big 2018 for Shane InYaFace. Hey now.
Can we restart the match?
No, we're not going to hit the reset button on this match. He can still get one.
I'm sick of this place. I'm sick of this crap. I'm sick of getting looked over. I want to go. You know what? I want to go wrestle somewhere else in Pittsburgh.
All right.
Hey, this is the place to be.
I want to go around the street and rise wrestling. I'm sick of this freaking place. I'm sick of it.
Let's get him out of here. Well, say it walking, pal. Your time's open.
I don't feel appreciated here. I'm going to go somewhere else in Pittsburgh and wrestle. I quit IWC.
All right, well.
I'm freaking serious. I quit this stupid place.
Hey, if he doesn't want to be here,
You're never going to see me again.
then we don't need him.
I disagree.
There goes the mic again.
I think these fans are just being rude.
Jock really has no one to blame here but himself.
I don't know. I think Ellie's to blame a bit.
Well, Jock's the one that let himself get distracted and then get knocked out in just about a minute and a half. Jock, you can't quit if you don't leave, please. And hell, who knows? Maybe Jock will still come up on a reset button tonight. You have no idea.
Yeah.
And we're going to start the surprises. As we get Jock out of here, we're going to start the surprises in just a minute here on Reloaded 4.0.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the IWC High Stakes Championship. Introducing first,
goal since unseating Jimmy Vegas for the high-stakes championship, including successfully defending in a battle royal at Winner Takes All. But from angry to angrier, we go from the ring to the broadcast position. We are joined by a man with a vested interest in Bulk Nasty tonight and in general.
He has just informed all of us that this is going to now be a no disqualification match.
Bulk can set the rules.
We go to the reset button.
We'll bring in Marshall Bull Gambino after the reset button determines the opponent for Bulk Nasty in the high-stakes championship. Jay, with so many people in the backstage area, I never thought I'd see in this building again. I've never seen him before in my life, period.
Kevin Nash looks to still be in great shape.
Really? He's here?
You didn't? How did you not see him?
What?
Gilllberg, you're up.
No! A man called Gilllberg. He can't be here. No, not the sparklers.
Are we rated for fire? Are we zoned for that?
Weighing in at 204 pounds,
And he's got an STD entourage with him. Jayworth, let's reset this. Dwayne Gill was a journeyman wrestler who wrestled in WWE starting in 1990 and never won a match. Never came close. He lost every match in his life for 8 years until, with the help of the Job Squad, he beat Christian for the WWF Light Heavyweight Championship. After that, in the height of the Monday Night Wars, he was rechristened Gilllberg as a mockery of the top star on Nitro. And Jayworth, it wasn't about who's next. With Gilllberg, it was about who's first. And we're still looking.
Oh, he is. He wears it proudly across his back. I guess it's going to be an easy night for Bulk as well.
Yeah, Gilbert's got a smile on his face, but I don't think he's looked in the ring yet to see what's waiting for him. Marshall the Bull, you know IWC history. You know about the high-stakes championship, how dangerous it can be. Hell, you survived that table scramble elimination match just to get here, and now you have a guaranteed shot at Bulk Nasty and the high-stakes championship whenever you want. But what do you make of this scene?
I don't know, Joe. In 15 years in IWC, I can say this is the first time that I'm speechless. I just can't believe this. I don't even know what to say.
Marshall, what if Gilllberg becomes the high-stakes champion?
Well, you know what? I had partial help in training Bulk Nasty. I know what he's capable of and what he can do. But you know what? It doesn't matter. If Gilllberg pulls this off, Gilberg's just going to be another victim.
Well, he's made a career out of being a victim, and it may be just much more of the same.
I honestly don't see how Gilllberg can last Bulk. Bulk is in an angry, foul mood.
Can you cash in this opportunity after Bulk Nasty tires himself out beating the crap out of Gilllberg?
Hell, I might go down there and do it tonight. I might be in the reset button. I don't know.
Yeah, it's most unpredictable night of the year. But, I mean, Marshall, we've always talked about your physical presence, how imposing you are, your nasty attitude, no pun intended, to Bulk. If there's anybody that can match physically and psychologically with Bulk Nasty, it may be you. Do you have the secret to unseat Bulk Nasty?
You know what? Bulk's a big, tough guy, but really, when it comes down to it with his mind, he's just a big dummy. And you know what? I've got a sharper mind than Bulk Nasty.
That may be true, but what about the mind and the deviousness of BC Steel? You see him involved on the outside. And the STD's imaginary Billy Ruxpin is chasing BC Steel out of here.
It's like a night at the races, Joe.
Somebody hit the Benny Hill theme. And now it's still Bulk Nasty and Gilllberg. Gilllberg is actually the longest reigning light heavyweight champion in WWE history.
Gilllberg is fighting to get himself up off the mat at the moment.
I think everybody just forgot he was light heavyweight champion at that point. And now a bear hug. And this, I mean, no knock on Gilllberg. He's been in the business much longer than all of us, but this is an exhibition for Bulk Nasty. This is a warm-up.
I honestly, Joe, I don't think that Bulk takes Gilllberg seriously.
It's hard to. No disrespect to Gilllberg. I love seeing him.
I mean, Does anyone take Gilllberg seriously? His name's Gilllberg.
Well, he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, I'll put it that way.
Hell, I think we even bought cut rate sparklers for him.
Hey, we got to say production value here.
Yeah, good point, good point.
Well, Bulk Nasty is certainly sending a statement to all potential contenders, be it Jimmy Vegas, certainly Marshall the Bull, a number of others. High Stakes Championship predates either of the three of us in this company, guys.
Oh, now what's this?
Speaking of Jimmy Vegas, that's Vegas' music. Vegas still has unfinished business.
That's no DQ, Joe.
It is.
That's what makes the high stakes title great.
Wait, Vegas through the crowd! And it was Bulk that set the stipulation! Vegas in a Bulk t-shirt. That's a message sent. Oh, Vegas is motivated. Vegas is driven.
Those double knees, that was Shades of Super Hentai.
Founding Father Buddy, and there's the Cha-Ching Slam! No! No, you gotta be kidding me!
That counts!
Oh my God! I told you Bulk wasn't the smartest knife in the drawer! It's very simple, Joe. Gilllberg is now a marked man.
Not again, he did it again! It's 1998 all over again!
Oh my God.
Gilllberg has won the high stakes title!
2 titles in 20 years, not bad. Not bad, Gilllberg.
Practically 2 victories in 20 years, but it works! Marshall, I mean, your strategy just changed one way or another.
Oh, it's changed.
Well, now what?
What?
Gilllberg. Hey, buddy. Gilllberg. A lot of people compare you to me and me to you, when the reality is you're Gilllberg and I'm James Ellsworth. Duh! There is no comparison, Gilllberg, and I'm gonna prove it. March the 17th, when I come to IWC to meet you in the ring and finally put this comparison to rest. See you then, Gilllberg.
Joe, how in the hell does James Ellsworth just get a shot at the high stakes title whenever he wants? I earned my shot.
Well, you get a shot whenever you want too. I don't know how James Ellsworth is doing. I don't know how Gilllberg just did this. Which way is up?
I have no idea what's going on right now.
Gilllberg better grow eyes in the back of his head. He's a marked man.
Well, with that many STDs, he might.
The Goon Squad's in the ring with him.
STDs, Gilllberg, the high stakes title. It's a Cinderella story. It's a feel-good moment. But if it's not James Ellsworth, it'll be Marshall the Bull. Reality may set in before long, gentlemen. Congratulations to a man called Gilllberg.
Gilllberg? Joe, Gilllberg just won the title.
What happened to my life? Marshall the Bull, thank you for joining us. I think you got a lot of thinking and maybe some stewing to do, and whatever you do next, I just hope I'm at a safe distance.
Thanks, Joe. It only took you 15 years to invite me to commentary.
Who's invited next to challenge Gilllberg for the high stakes title? Marshall wants it, Ellsworth wants it. Man, talk about the most unpredictable night of the year, Jayworth.
We need to rethink this reset button.
We're only getting started. We got a lot more still to come.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
I'll bring you in.
And it is for the IWC Women's Championship.
All right, Jayworth, let's regroup and let's welcome everyone back to Pittsburgh.
Good Lord.
Introducing first, making her way to the ring, from Pennsylvania, Pennsylvania. She is the IWC Women's Champion and soon to be Dr. Baker D.O.B. The Mayor of Pittsburgh, Britt.
And she has to do this reset button too.
Yeah. I believe for Britt's reset button, it's only the females in attendance. But we are joined by a top contender to Britt Baker right now. She was a part of that four-way matchup where she challenged Britt a couple of months ago. And I'm not sure if I can give you a queen-like entrance that you deserve, but Katie Arquette, welcome to commentary.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here, even though I would love to be on the reset button.
Well, what if it comes up as you? Are you ready to go?
I will jump over this barricade. Watch.
Well, let's see who it is. It could be you. It could be Jinx. It could be a number of other female competitors I saw back there.
Could it be Gilllberg again?
I think it's only open to females, but don't quote me. We've seen a T-Rex here accept the challenge once upon a time.
Was it female?
I don't think so. It had to face Wardlow.
Well, I deserve my shot. I should be in the ring with her. Really? Really? Who is she? Why
Well, Katie, some of these fans may not be familiar with Shotzi Blackheart. Perhaps you haven't encountered her yet. But she's been traveling throughout the country, Shimmer, Shine, a number of other great organizations over the past near 3 years she's been in the game. She's got a lot of buzz, a lot of attention on her side, and she had a fair shot just like you did. Her name went in the reset button just like yours did, and maybe your lucky day, though.
Oh, whoop-de-doo.
Seems like you're a little territorial that Shotzi's here in your home.
That's fine. She can play with Britt tonight, but I'll have my chance again. I deserve that title.
We've seen you and Ray Lynn, Rachel Bostic, Deanna Perazzo, a number of others challenge Britt in recent months. Britt, a two-time IWC Women's Champion, certainly has been the flag bearer of that division for quite some time, and also very shortly will be an officially accredited dentist, and she'll have, there you go, Dr. Baker. Bell sounds referee CJ Sensation to this women's contest. And, Katie, do you have any type of, as we have a bit of a primal howl there from Shotzi, why do you feel Britt Baker has been able to be so dominant in the division, have such a stranglehold on the women's championship for most of the past year plus now?
Well, she thinks she deserves everything. She thinks that she deserves that title, all because she's dating Adam Cole. Well, guess what? Adam Cole's not here anymore, and he will never be back at IWC. And I'm going to take Britt to the dentist, and I knock her teeth out so I win that title, and she can go join wherever her little boyfriend is.
Well, as we see Britt attempt a quick submission here, Shotzi to the ropes, but I think it's a little hypocritical, Katie, not to offend you or anything, a little hypocritical to complain about Britt having Adam Cole as moral support when you are very closely tied to your personal fashionista, Calvin Couture.
Oh, well, that's completely different. Calvin Couture is one of a kind, and he deserves nothing more than to be in the ring to show off his fashionista.
Well, certainly Calvin deserves opportunity to be in the ring. He's deserved a spot on the IWC roster, but we've seen him more times than not become physically involved in the proceedings where Adam Cole is not.
Fair enough. I honestly can't say anything about it, but fine.
Okay, well, that's Katie Arquette in a nutshell. She's not even going to try tonight. She's going to own it and not even give a damn about it. I got no argument now, Jayworth.
Well, I mean, why would you deny couture culture? I mean, if it's there, you flaunt it, right?
Exactly. Hollywood Couture.
Yeah, can't forget about that Hollywood part, Jayworth.
Exactly.
We got a leading lady on our hands.
Oh, I didn't forget about it. She's right here.
There you go. Where is Calvin right now, by the way? He's usually your lapdog. Or, I mean, your buddy.
Well, he's in the back getting ready for that reset button. Hopefully it'll land on him.
Could you imagine, Jayworth, if Calvin Couture became IWC World Champion tonight?
I already put a $5 bet on it.
That sounds like something you would do. Shotzi backed into the corner.
I mean, I would love to see that.
Britt puts the brakes on. Shotzi with a roll-up out of the corner. CJ finds two. Britt able to reverse the pressure. I think
Looks like they're doing a weird reversal back and forth, just laying there.
well, it's an evenly matched contest. It is point and counterpoint. It is a game of leverage. Jayworth, how do you feel about Britt Baker's success as women's champion? What do you attest it to? Ooh, maybe that. What cover here? Shoulders down for 2.
I was going to say, I've watched her train for a while. She is a student of the game. Regardless of how Katie feels about her, you can't deny that she has put the time in the gym, in the ring, learning, traveling up and down the road, and figuring out how to be the best wrestler she can be.
And not just a great athlete, but book smarts as well. She's very well educated.
Absolutely. But you weren't asking me how did she get so smart. You asked me how she became a good wrestler.
You don't think brains has something to do with strategy in the ring and being able to outsmart your opponent?
It might, but bringing up the defenstration of Prague doesn't help you learn how to counter well, in this case, it looks like they're going for a Muda lock?
I'm still stuck on defenstration.
Oh, no. It means to throw someone out of a window.
I see. Shotzi Blackheart, a former Rise Phoenix of the Rise champion, defeated fellow IWC alumnus Angel Dust, also known as Zoe Sky in some circles. IWC entering into a bit of a partnership with the Rise Women's Athletes organization, bringing the next generation of women's competitors to the forefront. Based in the Midwest. We're going to have more of them involved in the Pittsburgh area this May. So, Katie, it looks like the level of competition among the women's division, as Shotzi traps Britt for 2, is only going to increase throughout 2018. Are you going to be prepared to be perhaps a very unwelcome wagon for some of these stars looking to make their mark in IWC? Cover now, 2 and no. Are you going to be prepared, Katie, for the level of competition?
Yeah, I'm definitely prepared. I see that the crowd is definitely behind her, but as long as they're not behind Britt, I don't really care. I just want my shot again.
You don't believe that we're currently all residing in Pittsburgh?
No. People are stupid to possibly believe that Britt is the ruler of Pittsburgh and that this is just such a great place. She can go back to Punxsutawney.
Sounds like you kind of look down your nose to Punxsutawney a little bit because it's not as elegant or rich or lavish as Hollywood.
Exactly.
That's just because it's not, Joe. Have you been to Punxsutawney?
It's not. What's wrong with Punxsutawney? Groundhog Day?
It's basically...
Clearly the groundhog is wrong. It's 70, it's 30, it's 70, it's snowing.
That's not weather, that's malaria, Joe.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault and it's not a groundhog's fault, so I'm sorry.
Punxsutawney bases its economy around a rat, and you're trying to compare it to Hollywood.
Exactly. Nothing compares to Hollywood, Joe.
And certainly in your eyes, nothing would compare to Katie Arquette as IWC Women's Champion.
See, that just sounds so pretty. Katie Arquette, the queen of the silver screen, IWC Women's Champion.
Nice neck breaker. Well, we've seen you come close a number of times. Memorable cage match with Lufisto that really won over a lot of people that believe that your time is coming sooner than later.
Oh, it will. Give it time. Be patient.
Britt switches direction, sling blade type takedown, hook of the leg, near fall. And another 2 count in Jayworth. We've already seen one huge upset tonight as Gilllberg defeats Bulk Nasty for the high stakes championship. We know Gilllberg is going to be part of the IWC roster for at least the foreseeable future now. Could we see Shotzi enter the IWC fray for the foreseeable future as well with a victory here?
Well, I mean, I would hope that she'd be prepared to do that. Why accept the title match if you're not going to be willing to defend it here? Absolutely.
Well, Shotzi glancing into Gory caught Britt a bit dazed there for 2. And keep in mind, Shotzi came out here preparing for Britt Baker, preparing for a possible women's championship opportunity. Britt had to prepare for any number of however many athletes are back there, half a dozen, a dozen more different potential challengers. This is an advantage challenger to say the least.
Oh, easily. You don't have a chance to study your opponent. The target is on you, but you don't have a target, you know?
Especially with the reset button.
Absolutely. Again, as Britt goes into the cover, right shoulder exposed, Shotzi able to get it up. If this is your first reloaded event here with IWC 2 and no, everybody who is currently backstage has been entered into this random draw, and there are people in the back that really some of these champions probably aren't even aware of. This could be a complete shock. We've seen, again, our photographer Daniel Hooven. 1 year, we saw last year the franchise Shane Douglas contest for the Super Indy Championship. We've seen a little bit of everything through the years here. And check out the submission attempt. Well, not a submission attempt in the ropes, but certainly a lot of pain, blues, and agony courtesy of Shotzi.
Shotzi going to the top.
High risk, missile drop kick. Last year it was Britt overcoming Chelsea Green, a.k.a. Laurel Von Ness.
Looks like that may have hurt Shotzi's back a little bit. She's slow to get up. Oh,
God.
That may have hurt a bit of her front.
She could be out. Got her? No. Jeez. Even Virgil was a reset button surprise 1 year.
Virgil's a surprise anytime he shows up.
I agree.
Somehow. And yet you're never shocked to see him there, but it's still a surprise.
Not necessarily a welcome one. As Shotzi, a couple of jawbreakers and a lung blower. Great combo there. Britt's in trouble. Shotzi could be going for everything.
Back up top.
And a primal scream, but nobody there the senton. And Britt using some brains, using some leverage.
Oh.
That modified crossface. We've seen some of those strikes. Focus on the jaw, the neck. She's been rearranging some dentistry, even in a wrestling world. Will Shotzi find the rope again? She did earlier.
Shotzi able to get her
Shotzi taps. Britt Baker.
As a result of submission, and still the IWC Women's Champion, Britt Baker.
Britt's fine. She can have it for now. She won't have it much longer.
Well, Candy, have you learned anything? Have you noticed anything watching this matchup that may help you defeat Britt Baker should you get the opportunity?
She won't get me into that submission hold, that's for sure.
Well, certainly, we thank you very much for your time. Give my regards to Calvin as well, wherever he may be. Hopefully he stays there.
Of course, thank you. And don't worry, I'm sure he'll be out and about sooner or later, Joe.
All right, Katie Arquette will certainly be at 4 on the side of Britt Baker as she continues to defend the IWC Women's Championship.
You're completely right. I'm just trying to rubber band
Argos wants all the spotlight, and I'm surprised in one way these men are in such a good mood because their buddy Jack Pollock lost his job at Winner Take All thanks to these guys mostly. But JaXon Argos, who has 2 trophies to symbolize he is a 2-time IWC Rookie of the Year. That's a technicality and a half. But the reason he's especially happy, Jay Worth, his opponent, Jonathan Gresham, not here, suffered an injury a week ago at Honor Reign Supreme live stream in Concord, North Carolina. A hell of a match against Jay Lethal. Gresham, he's upright, he is in decent spirits, but he's not medically cleared. Couldn't be here tonight. And unfortunately, I think Argos is going to gloat about it. We could be here a while.
Well, let me ask you, Pollock gone from IWC. Can he still be called in via the reset button?
I don't have an answer for that. If he's banned from the building, he can't be.
Shut your ugly mouth. Now, before I give my comments about that wimp on the screen who got a little boo-boo, R.C. Dupree has a message, a public service announcement, if you will.
Oh no. This could be anything.
Over at the Team Storm merch table, we
are accepting donations. Justice for Jack Foundation for our fallen leader, Jack Paul.
Stop the pain.
Who was unjustly fired by that cesspool of depravity, Justin Plummer. Yeah, you jerk!
Burn.
Cesspool of depravity?
Yeah, have you met Plummer?
Oh, stop. He signed your check.
Yeah, in a very depraved way. Have you seen my checks? They're depraved.
He's that loud without the microphone. You've had one mic cut tonight.
He has a very valid point.
Argos and Dupree have denounced their former country of origin. That's not fair. That's not what happened.
So you know what you're going to do right now? You're going to raise my hand, and you are going to tell all these people that I am the winner via forfeit by Jonathan Gresham!
Do we have to go through with this?
I mean, technically he's right.
Gentlemen, the winner of the... No, you know what? No. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. I want you, Justin Plummer, to get the hell out of here, and you announce me the winner by forfeit!
What does this prove? This doesn't mean he's better than Gresham.
Yeah, you're a big man, you rip up contract. Why don't you be a big man and declare me the winner?
Needed two guys to help him beat Gresham in December at Winner Take All. You know Gresham is somewhere right now seething about this as soon as he sees this footage.
Oh, I can't imagine he'll be happy about it, but that's then.
Yeah, worry about the consequences later, I guess, right?
Alright, you know the line. The line is, and your winner via forfeit, JaXon Argos! I can't believe that this jackass bought himself 2 trophies. Can you believe that?
Yeah, those are not official IWC awards.
I'll tell you what, nobody was more upset than I was when I got the call from Jonathan Gresham and heard that he couldn't compete tonight. Because just like everybody else, I wanted to see him bang you in half. And we could call it a forfeit, but we're going to reschedule the match. And you're here, you're dressed, and you see that computer over there, we call it the reset button.
Oh, wait a second.
So, gentlemen, if you will, hit the lights. We're going to have a match right now and hit the reset button.
So wait, is this a match just for Argos? Is this Argos and Dupree?
I believe it's just for Argos as a substitution for Jonathan Gresham.
Is it going to be Gilllberg?
Are you serious? Bloody adorable, it's Jinx!
I didn't think girls...
Well, we mentioned earlier she was eligible.
True.
Unfortunately, she didn't come up for the Women's Championship match, but
And the recent witness chosen from Fall River, Massachusetts, Jinx!
big opportunity for Jinx.
Are the Rookie of the Year trophies on the line?
I somehow doubt that. But Jinx was one of those athletes that felt...
Hold on, Jinx, listen. This was impromptu. Listen to me. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this.
Jinx is gonna kill you. Jinx is gonna kill you.
Well, Jinx was one of those rookies that was upset that Argos won the award.
Sure. You want to do this. Hold on. The following contest is scheduled for 1 minute. In that corner, the person I'm going to beat. And in this corner, accompanied by the eccentric artist R.C. Britt, he is the
Two-time.
Just what we needed in this company, a third ring announcer. And here,
No, not a smart move. I gave you a chance to back out. You do not want to throw this with the two-time rookie of the year!
and you don't want to underestimate Jinx.
I was wondering if he would give up the microphone.
I was hoping he would. Oh, no. Intergender matchup in IWC Wrestling. Oh, Jinx with another shot. She's got no fear.
Well, she agreed to it. You get into a ring to fight. Time to fight.
Oh, Dupree's upset. Oh, Dupree just got it. Oh, no.
Well, that...
She just hit a little bit closer than your best friend, pal.
Oh, Canada.
Look at Jinx. Jinx with that bulldog takedown. Jinx is going to beat Argos. Got him. No. Argos nearly lost to Jinx. Nobody in the corner. Well, that's the crowd letting Argos know how they really feel. They didn't vote for him. Argos catches Jinx. Oh, God. Right into a modified brainstorm.
And I think that's it. No!
It should be it. Argos, you've proven your point. That's enough.
You did this!
Come now. There's that half-busted crowd, that Canadian Maple Leaf.
And she had to tap out.
And Argos yelling out Gresham's name. Gresham's known for making people submit in Argos. Argos wanted to make that statement and make sure that everybody knew he won this matchup via tap out like Gresham would have. And they're going to celebrate that.
Aw, they're happy, Joe.
This is repulsive.
Did he lick him? Is that a Canadian thing?
I don't have a damn clue. Neither do these two, honestly. Do they realize how much pain they're going to be in store for when Jonathan Gresham finds out about all this?
Yeah. They call that lick to the face the Manitoba high five.
Jinx needs some medical help from our doctor. Argos is going to need medical help because Gresham's still on his way here. I don't care when it's going to be. There's an octopus waiting to shut that man up. bad. What the hell's wrong with you? Argos has gone way over the edge.
He wanted to make a statement, and then he wanted to put an exclamation point on it.
And how does this mean anything as far as being better than an athlete like Jonathan Gresham?
It doesn't. It doesn't. But he's working with what he got right now.
Dues are going to be paid, Argos. Dues will be paid.
Can someone help her get out of the ring? There's Jock.
Jock has finally gotten showered and changed, and he is not racing any time. He's leaving. He's quit the company. So take him out of the reset button, I suppose. He wasn't kidding. He's upset with his placement in the company, but hey, Shane in your face that knocked him out. Don't blame us for that. Blame yourself. See you later, pal.
There goes a true Appalachian outlaw.
Riding off into the sunset.
This next contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the IWC Tag Team Championship.
Tag titles are at stake, and you talk about a team that has been so dominant for so many years, cumulative days. I don't know if there's any tag team in history that can touch these guys when it comes to cumulative days as tag team champions. I believe this is now their third reign, and they are just as overconfident as ever.
Fraternity eternity.
They're living up to it.
Yep.
But both opponents will be determined via the reset, but we've seen some odd combinations over the years. Jimmy Vegas and Joe Rosa, John McChesney and Britt Baker, just to name a few. We'll see what fate bestows the fraternity here in the random draw. We'll have two random draws whenever Chandecker shuts up.
These tag team championships look on your tag team champions of fraternity.
Survived Frat House Rules a couple of months ago.
Time again that we are the most hardcore tag team champions that you idiots have ever seen.
They have been through some battles.
If I let any stupid green and blue button take these championships away from us. So by all means, who's the next poor schluck that's gonna get their ass kicked? Hey, it might be the ticket taker. Maybe it'll be Jenny Plummer, or who knows, it might even be you. Plummer, hit the damn button.
Could be anybody.
I hope it's not me.
We're here, we're eligible. Certainly very well put together, a great natural athlete. Some say IWC Gold is only a matter of not if but when this young man, who in the past 6 months since returning, has really had a new lease on life and a renewed focus.
Well, he may have some gold here. We'll see, but I guess it all comes down to who his tag partner is. I'm hoping for Mr. T.
Tag team partner.
Could be anybody. Could be HD Cannon.
Mr. T. Mr. T.
Is he here?
I thought I saw him in the back.
I hope it's Michael Sorg. Maybe it's Jeff Gorman. Remember him?
Yeah, shout out to Jeff. Is it Jeff?
Oh! No!
Is he here?
He's got to be here. He's in the button. There he is from the other side. The 5-time ECW World Champion is back in the Courttime Sports Center for the first time in a decade. Channing Decker may have lucked down in his choice of wardrobe this evening. Sandman sees some familiar letters, familiar colors.
Yeah, but Sandman had no problem caning the crap out of everybody in ECW.
You make a good point.
It's a shame Darin Dinero couldn't have got a more popular tag team partner.
Really? Sandman, former IWC champion, if you can remember that.
Oh, I remember it.
Beat, I believe, Dennis Gregory a little over a decade ago. I believe that was IWC's 100th event celebration weekend.
Mine like a steel trap on you, Joe.
Much to the contrary with Sandman.
I'm sorry, are they offering Sandman a drink?
Well, I think Sandman would fit right in at one of those frat house parties. Maybe this won't work out well for Darin. Never mind. Sandman. No, I don't believe this is known as qualification, Jay Worth.
Whoa, there was is that a cricket paddle?
That's the fraternity pledge paddle. Sandman likes beer, in case you at home were not aware. We got a pledge paddle, we got a Singapore cane, and we got a makeshift duel. Look out! And Decker loses in short order.
I never thought I'd see fencing here at IWC, and yet there you go.
You ever thought in 2018 you could be seeing Sandman as a Cold or the IWC Tag Team Championship? Gilllberg's the high stakes champion.
Seriously, we gotta take another swipe at this reset button.
We got 2 more title matches to come after this. And I think there's still a lot of people back there.
I'm waiting for it to bring someone back from the dead.
Well, Decker just said ECW sucks.
He's wearing an ECW shirt.
Sandman not apologetic or bashful about his intentions.
Oh! He goes foot forward into the gut of Decking Channer Decky.
If you were chanting Decker, would you want to piss off Sandman right now?
No!
Hip toss, arm drag.
To be fair, if I was anybody, I wouldn't want to piss off Sandman.
Jay, where Sandman's using wrestling moves. This really is the most unpredictable night of the year.
He spit out a drink earlier. Good Lord.
It's tagging to Darin. I'm not sure if there are any 2 more polar opposite personalities in this building than Sandman and Darin Dinero. Darin, very clean cut, handsome, well put together, spends a lot of time in the gym.
Oh, easy there, man.
Wholesome young lad. I'm just saying, Sandman's none of those things.
I can't argue that.
And Gibson in the ring now, Trent Gibson of the fraternity, working on Darin, and Darin sent face first into, what is Decker wearing? Those aren't even wrestling boots.
These look like, maybe he got them from Calvin Couture.
Well, that would explain a lot.
They look nice.
Is it far enough after Labor Day to wear white pants? The aggression of Decker had caught Sandman unawares. Oh. Tag has been made to Gibson, and you see Fraternity in their element here. They've neutralized Dinero. They've isolated one of the opponents, cut the off at its hypotenuse as Dinero tries to hammer away.
You know, as good of a partner as Darin Dinero has, you can't discount the fact that the Fraternity are a functioning tag team.
Well, and that certainly is something that can't be understated as Decker now goes in for the cover, finds 2. Dinero and Sandman have probably never had a conversation before. How hindered are they trying to work together against such a polished tag team as the Frat?
Exactly. But at the same time, you know, title matches don't come around every day. It's not like you're going to say, no, we need some time, we'll just skip this. Oh, big pickup. And then just dump down onto the mat.
2 count only. Sandman cheering on Dinero. And Decker is using a very smart strategy here, but he's trying to take away that upper body power of Dinero. We've seen Dinero Greetings from Elizabeth, the final payment. Some of his high-impact offense certainly depends on a lot of arm and shoulder strength.
I'd also point out the strikes, the beating, the keeping him in the corner, they're trying to keep him down where Darin Dinero can't utilize that physique as well. Keep him on the mat.
Nice double-team offense as Decker. Well, Sandman is assuming that Dinero's got to tag him sometime, but I don't know if Sandman realizes how dangerous the Fraternity is. This match could end before Dinero gets to Sandman.
That's a very valid point. Gibson a bit of a telegraph on that punch. Dinero able to get a couple blocks in, throwing some elbows.
Oof. In comes Decker, frequent tags from the Fraternity.
And again, stomping, keeping him down. Oh.
Well, the Eiffel Tower connects. Sandman does not look impressed by the Eiffel Tower. There's a cover, 2 count only.
I will say, Darin Dinero good at following directions. Sandman said kick out. He did.
He's
listening to the vet.
Very resilient young man. Keep in mind, his first match back here in over a year was War Games, of all things. You don't survive that unless you're tough. And Decker tried to mockingly throw his shirt at Sandman. Sandman's just happy he got a free shirt to wear.
Yeah, he kept it.
Look at there, the power! Overhead suplex, Darin with an opening. Can he get the Sandman?
And it looked like Decker landed on that leg wrong. You can see him clutching his knee.
And here comes Sandman! The Southpaw is unloading on everybody. And, yeah, I still think this is how most Sandman appearances at Frat Houses have ended up. Suplex, cover.
Bunch of beers, and then some fighting.
Absolutely. Yeah. Not even always in that order. Darin to the outside.
Yeah, it's not a hard and fast formula.
Well, keg stand on Sandman. Oh, they got him! The keg stand on Sandman, and the Fraternity's beating Sandman and Dinero.
And still the IWC Tag Team Champions, the Fraternity.
That shows you how devastating their keg stand is, but Sandman's still fighting.
Trying to get up, and they're just putting the boots to him.
Oh, now that Fraternity pledge paddle again. Oh, Sandman in a bad way here. They're going to end the Sandman's career for good. Wait, here comes Dinero. Sandman gets free. There's a Singapore cane. Oh! Oh! Sandman lightened up the Fraternity. Well, Sandman and Dinero don't win the tag team titles, but a moral victory of sorts. But how about that? The Fraternity able to pin a former IWC World Champion, former ECW World Champion in the middle of the ring. But would you ever thought you'd see this combination?
Well, once again, the reset button surprises us all.
We ain't done yet. Fraternity retained the tag team titles, but the Sandman, who's been a part of IWC since almost day one, off and on, has a hell of a homecoming at Reloaded 4.0.
fool out of me, and you will not make a fool out of this sport. You know what, though? I don't need 10 guys watching my back. I don't need 25 grand.
I think the 6-man is...
And if you have any balls left after all those supplements you take, you come here and we'll do this right here, right now. Come on. Come on, big man. Whoa. Slow down. All right. Now!
Everything is absolutely carnage here. Are we on? Are we on? Please tell me we're on. My God. The second half of Reloaded began. It's so unpredictable. We don't even get told when we go back on the air. And Jameson may knock us off the air. Look out! This is a bounty match. Dennis Jackson, the Titan, has a bounty put on him. Thanks to Chris Lerusso, who's recruited this army to take out the Titan, who has Jameson and Daniel Hooven by his side. I was detained at the merchandise area. Keith Hawk keeps asking me about Remy LeVay. I don't know where he is, but I know where Daniel Hooven is. He's in the arms of the Titan. Daniel Hooven may win Offensive Weapon of the Night.
Good Lord, what did I just witness? Daniel Hooven celebrating that he was just thrown over the top rope.
You're witnessing a not-so-successful attempt to collect a bounty, that's for sure. Dennis Jackson, Lerusso put the locker room on notice. Katie Arquette, that's the best decision you've made in a long time, young lady. Calvin's hurt, Mambo's hurt. Officer Dan, David Lawless, Chris Lerusso. Lerusso's recruited half the free world to take out Titan, and they're not doing a very good job.
Well, to be fair, I would probably try and recruit half the free world to do it too.
You know what the crazy thing was, Jay? That belt just started the match. And Hooven exploding with offense. Mambo Italiano, the most awkward professional dancer I've ever seen. Nice senton by Hooven, whose career started thanks to the reset button. A year ago, he was just a photographer, and then he got thrust into battle, challenging for the tag titles, and nearly won.
And a fantastic photographer. And then, once the door to wrestling opened up, he walked through it.
He's made the most of every opportunity. That's what you got to do to survive in this business. Mambo light on his feet, nice takedown. And a not-so-nice celebration. Count of one. Well, have you had many conversations with Mambo Italiano, Jayworth?
I don't know that I could call any of them conversations. I mean, there were words.
Oh, you're a cutter! Nicely done.
And
was that one out of nowhere, Jayworth?
No.
2 count.
I think it came from Dan Hooven.
Thank you for that clarification.
Do what I can.
Couldn't do without you, Jayworth, best color man in the business. And where is Lawless and Order going? They're neutralizing Jami Jameson. Lerusso's distracting the Titan, and Hooven's all of a sudden man alone here. There's so many moving parts.
I am baffled.
And Lerusso has more experience than anybody out here, so he's directing traffic, and he's got a plan to take Titan out of IWC Wrestling. But easier said than done. This guy's like 6'6", 280 or so.
It's like a wall of feet.
Hooven, he pounced him with a period, but there's an exclamation point from Lerusso. Oh, and just mocking the Titan Dennis JaXon. JaXon once beat Lerusso in about 90 seconds. And no better hang time on any leg drop in this industry than the one of Chris Lerusso's.
I can't argue with that. Oh. Now Hooven's stuck in enemy territory.
Well, what do you think? Is this enough artillery to stop the Titan Dennis JaXon? Is the Lerusso bounty going to be collected by somebody or by everybody and they split it?
I mean, I don't know that you can plan to win it all on your own.
Officer Dan and that annoying whistle. Will they all split the money evenly then?
I'm sure they probably have this all worked out.
Guillotine leg drop. Lawless is flawless, says the legal expert. 2 count only, though. What a motley crew out there backing up Lerusso.
You think? There are 2 different bow ties. I just want to point that out.
I feel like calling Unsolved Mysteries and saying, hey, I found everybody. Officer Dan firing away. The would-be mall cop with a chip on his shoulder. Always carries around his prestigious files. Are you in the files? You got a wrap?
I believe I had all of those redacted and expunged.
Congratulations, I suppose. Officer Dan acts like he's got a secret on the world out there. Here comes Calvin. We'll call that bow tie number 1 for your edification at home.
Look at the tan on him.
He's very tan, yes. That's not going to help him collect a bounty, though.
No.
Now mocking Hooven's photography background. Calvin could use a good photographer for some of those photo shoots, but wait a second. Hooven
has him up.
Yeah, check out that power. The running power bomb. Calvin trying to get a little too fancy out there. Here comes the Titan.
Oh. And there goes bow tie number 2.
Yeah, flying.
You don't see too many funerals where the guy's wearing the bow tie. Probably Orville Redenbacher's.
I noticed a hesitation on who comes in next. Officer Dan drew the short straw.
Well, I would assume Chris Lerusso, the guy paying the bounty, probably by the rule of job division.
Yeah, ordering Lawless in. And that heavy oak gavel didn't have a chance to use it. Choke slam. Oh, poor Calvin.
I've never heard you have pity for him.
Oh, he'll look very fashionable in his coffin. I mean, it's hard not to pity anybody in this situation. Whoa, no.
Picked him up by the bow tie.
He's choking. Oh, because he wants Lerusso. Lerusso's the one that put the bounty out on the Titan. Calvin is inching towards Lerusso, and Titan wants him to make a tag.
And Lerusso refuses.
I think it's time to retreat and prepare to fight another day.
And BC Steele and Chris Lerusso stepping back. Katie Arquette does not seem happy about the decision.
You think? Imagine how Calvin feels right now.
Probably dizzy. Now I don't know that he feels anything.
Goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of this contest, Dan Hooven, the country hammer Jami Jameson, and the Titan, Dennis Jameson.
Jackson survives the bounty. Wait, Keith Hart, what are you doing up here? Wait, sorry, Jay, we're taking. I got to take care of this. What are you doing?
There, Joe. Okay. So I guess it's the Jay Worthington Farnsworth show now. As Katie Arquette carries her charge back, Calvin Couture still reeling. Your winner, Team Titan. Although really, when you to quote the Avengers, we have a halt. I mean, how tough is it to win when you have a halt? More to come tonight. Reloaded 4.0. And the Bearcat, Keith Hart, was agitated when he came up here, and he's dragging Joe to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen.
Just real quick, Joe, I need you. Remy said he'd be here. I know. If we bring him out here, I'm sure he'll come out. Let's do this. We gotta get him out here. We gotta talk. We gotta get the bell rolling.
Okay, I know you're nervous. I know this is a big night for you. I know Remy LeVay promised he would be here. Have you seen him yet? He promised he'd be here. Remy, we're getting near the end of the night, buddy. You got a best friend out here who you owe some answers to an explanation. Remy, if you're here, please make your presence known. Are you here right now?
And the chants start coming from the crowd for Remy.
I don't know if he's coming, man.
He hasn't been seen in IWC in how long? Oh, there we go.
Everybody? Tradiers been waiting to see you get some answers. Remy?
Remy seemed, I don't know.
It's reloaded. Anything can happen.
Hug it out, Remy. Where have you been? Come on.
All right, that's great to see. Remy LeVay, Keith Hart, that's it.
And wait. Hello? Are we doing the reset? Are we reset buttoning? With what? Hello? And who are the... Oh, no. And Remy LeVay just fed his best friend to two of the most despicable people I have ever seen climb into the ring. The Koga brothers are violence personified. They don't care about thought, about expression. They are just here to hurt. You can tell how much this is tearing up Remy LeVay, but he made his decision. And Keith Hart picked up. Oh! And that assisted type stunner. And Remy has the mic. Is he going to explain what he's doing?
You wanted an explanation. IWC, welcome to our culmination.
And it seems the culmination has landed in IWC. Ushered in by Remy LeVay and brought to fruition through the Couture brothers. I can't imagine that this ends with Keith Hart. And I believe that everyone at IWC has to be put on warning now. If you want to see malice, you're looking at it right now. Looks like Keith Hart was dropped onto his throat, but is still suffering the effects. As the culmination leaves through the crowd. And out the front door. If you want a statement, there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, the culmination have arrived. I know that the Couture brothers and Remy LeVay have been seen together in other areas, other promotions, but I never thought they'd be here. We have more coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is the tables, ladders, and chairs match scheduled for one fall.
One fall.
Introducing first, he's number one, a combined weight of 522 pounds, the headshot, Colby Red, Mr. Fresh Fit Cat, Pretty Boy Smooth, the upper echelon.
The upper echelon, Colby Red and PB Smooth, have sort of been pulled into this hardcore situation. This a meeting of the minds between them and their opponents occurred during the frat house brawl that occurred several shows back, and things just stayed at that level of violence. So hopefully this answers some questions between the upper echelon and their opponents tonight.
Jay Worth, I'm sorry that I had to leave the broadcast booth. Keith Hart literally dragging me by the hand to ringside because he was so excited to reunite with his best friend, and obviously, to say the least, it did not go well, did not go as Keith had hoped. I was worried about this. I've seen Remy run with the likes of the Cobras and other promotions. I have not been on speaking terms with Remy in quite some time, and something very, very bad has just crept its way into IWC.
The Couture brothers have landed. This culmination that they talked about is here.
546 pounds,
I want to apologize to the fans and to these teams. I'm a little out of breath. I'm a little out of sorts. I'm going to try to call this match as best I can. It is TLC. And this all stems from the Frat House Rules match where Locked and Loaded defended the tag team titles against the Fraternity. PB Smooth, Colby Red made their presence known. obviously upset that they were not in tag team title contention, and things only escalated from there in Rural Valley as well. There's been some very, very deep-rooted, serious issues between these teams, and you got to believe whoever wins is going to be right in hot pursuit of the fraternity once again.
I was saying this all... The problems between these two teams started at that frat house rules, that frat house brawl, and that being a no DQ match, it started violent and it never simmered down.
Yeah.
So here we are at a TLC match, and hopefully this will answer some questions between the two.
Keep in mind, I may have misspoke, Jay Worth, because I said winner of this matchup. I don't know if there's going to be survivors of this matchup. Let's say one team does win and get a tag title shot next month, hypothetically. What condition will they be in?
Well, only time will tell here. Let's not forget, these are 4 very big individuals. They can cause damage just without the weapons.
Now let's keep in mind, as Duke Davis showcases his powerful frame, and going to use a springboard for Ganon. Look at that! I've never seen that before from Locked and Loaded.
They're pulling out some new tricks.
Now keep in mind, Jay Worth, this is not a climbing contest. It's not about retrieving something, to the best of my knowledge. There are no tag team titles at stake, but in this matchup, tables, ladders, and chairs specifically are legal and encouraged, and of course have been placed out here for the usage of these athletes.
I was going to say, we've had the ladders and chairs. Here comes the table.
Who would you give an advantage to in this environment off the top of your head, if any of these teams?
I mean, if I had to pick, I would have to go with Locked and Loaded are slightly larger. Slightly. Because Colby Red at, 6'2", is the shortest man in the ring at the moment?
Yeah, touche. Ladder bridge here, and PB Smooth with that huge boot. I'm not even going to guesstimate how big that boot is. Just took both 6'5" athletes down in one fell swoop. Ladder help, of course. Ooh.
Yeah, and the 7-foot Savage helped it a bit.
Do you think the upper echelon wants it a little bit more because they have not tasted Tag Team Championship, or do Locked and Loaded want it more because they know what it's like to be on top, or is it a wash?
I would say... sorry, I was distracted by him removing a table from the
There's
ring.
a lot of distractions out here, trust me.
It has been a distracting evening. Gilllberg won a title.
He did.
Anyway, I would say once you've tasted it, you want it all the more once it's taken away. So I would have to give the advantage to the team that's already had the title in their grasp.
Well, we'll see.
Sorry, the table that was thrown out is now being set up again by Duke.
Well, when you talk about natural athletes, I think Ganon and Duke are going to be at the top of pretty much anybody's list here in IWC Wrestling. Oof. Hard form exchange. DB may be the only guy in Ganon Jones Jr.'s career that he's had to look up at.
Yeah. Good Lord, he's a big fella.
Low bridge, Ganon to the floor, look out. Ganon narrowly missing, crashing through that table. That could have taken him out of this matchup for good.
And Colby just went to the eyes.
Oh, look at Colby.
Oh, look out.
Dude, jeez.
And a running boot assisted powerbomb through a table.
Ganon was going to just absolutely crash through that table even without the assist of Colby Red. But Red just made that landing that much more awkward and out of control. If the American Dream, the late Dusty Rhodes, were here, IWC alumni in his own right, he'd be talking about all the plunder we're going to have out here before the end of the night. 2 count only. I mean, we're going to break wooden tables. We're going to break solid steel. And it's going to put these 4 bodies to the test. 4 of the most well-conditioned guys up and down this roster. What is it going to take to keep one of these men down, let alone both of them? Because there's no tags. You got to isolate both adversaries.
I don't have a good answer. This is a match where you don't really have a strategy. You just have to be able to react when the opportunities present themselves.
Oh! That modified leg lariat, whatever you call it, PB calling out Duke's name for insult. 2 count only that time.
And so Duke taking that leg drop onto the chairs. Janet Jones through the table. Oh!
We are really measuring the mettle of PB Smooth and Colby Red here. Arguably, I would say inarguably, the biggest matchup of their IWC careers.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And it sounded like, there we go, there's a second table being set up. I thought I heard it, but I couldn't see it.
Well, somebody's going to feel it. That's going to be worse than all of the above. What a night it has been at Reloaded, the most unpredictable Reloaded we have ever seen by far, and so much more still to come.
Were I the cameramen at the ring who are capturing all of this for our friends at Sorgatron Media,
IndyWrestling.us.
Amen. I'd say I'd be going for a lot of long shots. I wouldn't want to get too close up into that.
Yeah. I'd have bolted from the ring the second I saw the Cogers and not gone back. We do sound good on MP4, though.
Good. You think that sounds good? Wait till you hear me on MP5.
Oh God! Well, that sound was anything but good. A sickening crack as Colby Red hit table and guardrail, and that may be the last thing he hits in this match.
I don't think the table broke.
I think it buckled, and Colby's body absorbed the impact.
Look, I think it got knocked over to the side. I'm not sure.
Well, either way, again, Sorg and Company, Sorgatron Media, Sidekick Media, they're bringing you into the action. And right now the story is, though, that it's looking to be 2-on-1 for the time being with the 7-foot Savage, Pretty Boy Smooth, isolated from his tag team partner by force. Oh, and Locked and Loaded called that quite simply the Stomp. It doesn't need a fancy name because it does its damage, and that could be it here. 2 count. Oh, no, 2 count only. And that's about as close as you can get, Jay Worth. The hand came down. Referee Bobby Williams couldn't stop his hand in time, but noticed the shoulder come up.
That was 2 and 15/16.
The fans will argue it. Locked and Loaded will argue it because they heard that third hand hit. But it was the right call by the veteran referee. What do you think the fraternity are thinking right now watching this matchup in the locker room?
Thank God it's not us.
But it might be in the future. Look at Ganon Jones Jr. This guy's about 265 pounds. Moonsault! No! PB out of the way. Ganon's upper body hit ladder. Colby Red tries to get back in. He's heavily favoring his shoulder, and Duke cuts him off at the pass.
You know, choking down Ganon Jones Jr.
What's he have?
I think it was a T-shirt. Looked like a T-shirt.
Whatever it is, it's an implement of destruction at this point.
And Duke with the big boot on Colby Red outside the ring.
Oh. And Smooth, even though he is the largest man in this matchup, you can't underestimate how quick on his feet he is.
He moves like a man who's only 6'6" as opposed to 7 foot.
Well, when everybody in this matchup moves that well and they're about 6'6" or up, I can't argue with it. PB Smooth not making friends at ringside.
He's right. Their mom does like professional wrestling. Their mom does do.
Great point. Couldn't have done it without you. But no laughing matter in the ring because Duke Davis is getting measured.
Hugh Morris is here?
Well, put the corner on hold because Duke Davis hadn't flatlined yet.
There's going to be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing.
Both men are looking for leverage and Gary with a boost. Oh no! Double choke slam through the chairs! And those chairs did not budge. It is PB Smooth's spine and his anatomy, much like Colby on the outside with the table. The spine absorbs all the impact.
I don't know, that tan chair that he just moved looks like it was designed by Dolly at this point.
Yeah, it's some abstract art in a heartbeat. And that was all created by the anatomy of PB Smooth, who is now sandwiched between the ladder rungs. Oh, good grief! Talk about impact. A second time. Just imagine just all of the steel edges of that ladder digging into the side of the body of Smooth. Ooh. And Ganon's got what looks like an even bigger ladder.
Yeah, don't worry, more ladders.
Oh. We may end up with more weapons than we have bodies here. We may run out of those.
And you can hear,
oh, good grief.
You can hear the moans of pain coming out of PB Smooth every time that chair connects with that ladder.
PB Smooth's not moving. And you can see that chair's busted beyond recognition. And again, like 3 out of 4 of these guys are 270 and above, 265 and above, and the quote-unquote smaller guy is still, 6'3", 240. So these weapons are taking a beating, to say the least. And they're giving out before these anatomies are, at least on the surface, but can you imagine how all 4 men, how much pain is racked within their bodies at this point?
Well, I don't think you need to imagine. You can take a look at each of them and get a pretty good judgment.
They could maybe pin PB now.
Pin him. They could probably throw him in a trunk and drive off with him.
And I can't believe Colby's on his feet. Locked and loaded at the... whoa. Elevating Duke with that ladder bridge behind him. Oh. And elbow from Colby Red. Oh, no. Drop kick, Colby in the ladder.
And what's left of upper echelon?
Duke the cover! Got him! That was insane!
Upper echelon isn't moving.
Locked and loaded, every movement sends a jolt of pain up their bodies, but by God, they are still on their feet and victorious. And again, I'll ask you, if you're the fraternity, what's going through your mind knowing these two have their eyes set on you next?
Well, now you can start to formulate a plan. You just got to see them do some of the craziest stuff I assume you would ever see in a match. Hopefully, when you run into them, that's not going to happen.
Locked and loaded are successful. Locked and loaded are victorious. And could it be the next step? 2-time IWC Tag Team Champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a fatal 4-way elimination match for the IWC Super Indy Championship.
J-Worth, can you handle another title match?
We'll find out now, won't we?
Always an eclectic group. I can't help but wonder what Gory thinks about what Remy LeVay did here earlier, but that's a story we'll have to talk about another day. Because Gory has a 75% chance of losing his Super Indy Championship And he doesn't know any of his opponents.
And for the first challenger, we go to the reset button.
Any predictions?
Oh, I'm still rooting for Mr. T.
A lot of Super Indy style athletes we've seen in the past. We've seen some non-Super Indy style athletes.
Gonna say, it doesn't guarantee a style.
We've seen Crimson, the embodiment of evil. We've seen the franchise Shane Douglas, all in Super Indy branded matches. Well, this is a quality opposition here.
Making his way to the ring, he's 175 pounds. The last Incan warrior,
I know this man very well, Jay Worth. Born in Lima, Peru, he is the last Incan warrior Ryo. Channels his roots, channels his culture, the hundreds and hundreds, hey, maybe thousands of years the Incans ruled their land. Ryo's taken those fighting styles, those mentalities, those teachings, and brought it to the 21st century in the ring. Ryo challenged Gory for not just his IWC Super Indy Championship, but also Gory's welterweight championship. He defends throughout Ohio and beyond in a double title match at our event in Clearfield last November. Gory won, but it was a fight. Ryo's back in the fray tonight.
back to the reset button.
Who's it going to be? I hope it's Chris Maverick. Remember him?
I saw Mav over the Royal Rumble weekend. He's doing well.
Maybe it's Anthony Kingdom James. He can bring that Union title with him.
I'd like the challenge for it. I mean, not wrestling.
What? He's back! Go Ninja, go Ninja, go!
Freshly back from India.
The Neon Ninja spent 6 months in India as the head trainer of the wrestling school of the great Khali. And that is a sentence I never thought I would say.
Dalip knows talent when he sees it.
Facade is, I believe, a 4-time Super Indy champion. I don't have my Facade notes near me because of the nature of this event. But what's also interesting, Jay Worth, is Facade and Gory were very successful tag team championship partners.
That's flipping ain't easy.
It was Gory who turned on Facade that ended that friendship and for a couple of years ended Gory's IWC relationship.
And Gory doesn't look happy that Facade is in the mix.
Our final entrant in this match, we go to the reset button.
Facade hasn't been seen here in about 18 months since House of Hardcore was here. It was Facade and Lerusso for the Super Indy title.
Maybe it'll be Shima, and this can just be a battle of all of Gory's exes and problems.
Could be. What about Jimmy DeMarco? We haven't seen him yet. He could be lurking somewhere. What?
So wait a sec.
He's retired.
How can the ref wrestle in the match? Just declare yourself the winner.
Well, we're going to need another referee, I guess. He just sounded for the bell. CJ Sensation.
He just said ring the bell.
And you know what? Let's give CJ his due because in the infancy of IWC, he was a perennial top. Oh my God! I don't think Ryo knows CJ's history.
Well, I think he's about to know his present, though.
CJ as Kid Sensation was a top contender to the Super Indy. He's counted himself. And high stakes title. CJ competed in Super Indy 1. He got the crap kicked out of him by Low Key in a clip that's still going viral 15 years later.
What's the opposite of professional?
Unprofessional wrestler?
You'd have to ask Chris Hero, though.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, I think this is going to feel pretty unprofessional. Facade and Gory. And CJ, man, he thought his Super Indy dreams were long over. He can do this. Gilllberg's a champion. Sandman was almost a champion.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a wacky night. This is not that out of the ordinary.
And I think Gory and Facade, though, would just love to get rid of everybody else and settle amongst each other. Ouch, Ryo is physical.
I would say so far, Ryo seems the one most focused on a match.
Basing his career in the Baltimore area, competed a lot for MCW wrestling, CZW Dojo Wars, up and down the East Coast. Talking about welterweight wrestling as well, and his appearance in IWC in Clearfield. Ryo's a name that a lot of people in this part of the country don't really know a lot about yet, but I think in the next 2 to 3 years, everybody is going to be speaking the name Ryo. Up here. Ryo, oof. Facade caught Ryo high to the top of the head. Ryo's also competed a couple of times in Evolve Wrestling lately as well.
I was going to say that's signature Facade. Taking to the air, surprising people. Whoa!
And CJ with a heel kick. And this place is electric. And CJ, toe-breaking helo!
And he landed that squarely on the head of Ryo.
What do you think, Jay Worth, Eddie Ring Rust?
Oh, if it's there, he shook it off pretty quick.
And here's the confrontation, no disrespect to anybody else that I want to see. Facade and Gory have been married to each other as partners, as rivals. They've been on the road constantly for over a decade. Facade cut Ryo high with a kick. Cut CJ, who has a surgically repaired neck. Let's watch those shots to the head and neck. That could be a factor, Jay Worth.
Well, to be fair, if we're supposed to watch the shots to the head and neck.
Facade countered Gory's Hurricane Rana and sends Gory on top of the field.
Power bombs him off the apron onto the two opponents.
This is insanity.
Hold on, are we calling a timeout?
I don't remember the Incans doing this in any of my high school history books.
Oh, yeah, you don't learn about that until college level.
See?
He's apologizing?
For what? Coming up on the reset button? Oh. Perhaps he had a little art of war in him.
Not enough.
Perhaps not. Facade is cagey. He's seen about everything in his day.
He has traveled. He has been up and down the roads. There's not a way that you can't screw someone over that Facade hasn't seen.
Ryo a step ahead. Nicely done. Ryo quickening the pace. Ryo probably, 2 count only, is the X factor in this matchup as far as familiarity from the other three, wouldn't you say? Gory's met him before in the ring, but certainly Gory knows Facade and CJ far better.
True, although I would point out, I don't know that CJ was wrestling much by the time Facade and Gory had started in with IWC.
That is true. Oh, nicely done. That was a little flippin' ain't easy action.
You know, those things never really die. Oh, speaking of flippin' ain't easy.
I think they're getting a little bit of muscle memory.
Uh-oh.
Buddy moonsault. No dice. Kid Sensation. Oh, a snapshot. CJ can do this.
He needs to cover. He needs to pin. He's a ref. He should know that.
No, Ryo will roll up. And Ryo sends CJ packing.
Has been eliminated.
Supposed to be unbiased, Jay Worth.
Yeah, but you know.
Ryo did it for his ancestors.
So does CJ go back to being the ref in this match?
Well, I think he needs to recover after that. Hell of an effort, though. Especially on no notice.
Yeah.
Anything can
Nice
happen.
to see he still has the chops.
It's Ryo now. Low spring, Facade out of the way. 1 fall down, 2 falls to go. Odds go from 25 to 33. Say what, Facade has not lost any bit of that physicality.
No, not at all.
Ouch to the butt of the jaw. And Gory reciprocates. This is a war.
And you have to believe, you know who likes seeing that? Britt Baker. She can make a lot of money out of those chip tubes.
That is a fair point I was not thinking of. That's why you're who you are, Gamer.
I can't be anyone but who I am, Joe.
Oh, Lord knows we tried. And it's Facade now scaling the turnbuckles. And Gory does not want to see Facade break out into that unpredictable offense he's been a victim of through the years.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing King of the Mountain up here.
Is that Character?
He might. I didn't see him in the back. But
we got one title match to go. He's been in IWC in the past. Wait a second. Oh, Gory got hungry. That animalistic instinct.
Just a quick bite.
Of the New Age plague. Whoa. Oh, the Super Hurricane Rana. Unbelievable.
The Facade cut off Gory. And whoa. Oh, Facade counters. Oh, kick right to the thigh, kick right to the face.
Side round kicks.
Gut. Head. His feet are finding their mark.
And Facade. Oh. Modified Arashikage driver. He didn't get the normal impact he wanted, so he knew that, and he transitioned seamlessly to the dreadlock. Ryo taps immediately.
Ryo has been eliminated.
And Jayworth, the more things change, the more they stay the same. I wish I had a date on the first ever Facade Gory matchup. It had to have been over a decade ago at this time, easily. Maybe closer to a decade and a half. But old rivalries die hard.
And clearly they haven't died yet.
They have fought each other in about a half a dozen states. In every match stipulation you can think of, from last man standing to casket match and everywhere in between, including in this building in a steel cage.
And I hate to say it, but I doubt this will be the last time. There's enough bad blood between these two.
And it's only intensifying. And Facade showing he's not going to play into the Gory mind games.
Nope. To be fair, he's been all through that minefield. He knows where the traps are laid.
Well, Facade could still be victimized yet, but until then, he will fight his heart out. And again, Gory knows Facade very well, stepped ahead of the sidekick.
We're watching two people who have studied each other and with each other for years.
Trained together once upon a time.
Yes.
Oh, if Facade caught that heel kick that time. Gory spun for a loop in midair.
Facade waiting, up to his feet.
Measuring the champion. Can you imagine how Facade victory would change?
Oh!
The dynamic heading into Super Indy coming up this spring.
Lawn dart.
Oh, God. Facade had no way to protect himself. Got him! I believe it's Super Indy 17 this spring, not to cut you off, but whoever wins this matchup may go into that event defending champion.
Yeah, it's a true possibility.
Gory sends Facade in, and that turnbuckle is askew. I think Facade's back hit that steel bolt.
And then his head hit that one, and that boot.
Facade in all sorts of a bad way at this point. Gory spring in with a drop kick. That could do it! 2 count only.
Just sort of stomped down on his head.
Gory is all about that intensity, all about that ferocity. Anybody in the ring with him, I guarantee, will never believe he's only 175 pounds because he can hit you like a man twice his size.
He knows how to use what he got. And that includes the anger and the
and his teeth. And now Gory is trying to wrench back and connect with a Soul Eater submission that could end this matchup. Facade knows it. Counters with a jawbreaker.
Facade trying to recover.
And
Out
Gory.
of the way.
Oh, overhead axe style kick. Top Gory on the rebound. What is this? Torture rack. Burning hammer. Facade the victory. New champion now. Wow. And again, we'd expect nothing less over two men who in so many ways are polar opposites, but still in so many more ways mirror images.
There can be only one. And these two will fight each other until one of them's gone.
Facade springs in. Roll through, beautifully done.
Laying those shots in.
It only gets more and more physical as we move on. And Gory. Oh, that Hangman type choke, he's got Facade trapped in. And it's not illegal submission.
Now he's pulled himself back up.
Yeah, great weight position into the reverse so it can run up. Facade maybe out of it. Could this be all? Gory retains? No. But you notice as time goes on, less and less luster in those kickouts.
There's only so much fuel in the reserves, Joe. You can tell Facade's breathing is labored.
Oh, Gory went double stomp. May have landed hard on that ankle. He's favoring it. He's hesitating.
Good strong elbow to the jaw.
Without a doubt. And Gory pushed off, landed high and tight. Could Facade sense the end being near? Tightrope block. Oh, into the thrust kick. Gory's motionless. Facade Super Indy champion again. No. My goodness.
Facade. Just, I don't know that he could have had a year to plan that kick and he couldn't have done it any better.
I believe this would be his...
Oh, there we go.
Look at that dreadlock. I believe it would be his fourth victory of the Super Indy title if he's successful here. The dreadlock is cinched in tight. You can see the neck strength and the arc on the back bridge. But Gory was able to fight free from that trap and get back to his feet. Gory could counter the dreadlock. I'm not sure if anybody's countered the dreadlock before other than a foot in the ropes.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't recall anyone. So back up, outside of the ring.
Uh-oh. Well, Facade went to spring in, flip pile driver. It was advertised, though. Oh, QAS! Facade instinctively lands on his feet. What? Facade back with a destroyer! These men are out on their feet, but the fight presses on. Second QAS! Oh, Facade got spiked! That'll do it! J-Worth, I'm not sure if the odds were ever against anybody more than a four-way, Super Indy title defense, where all three opponents were completely unknown, but Gory found a way.
That's how good that young man is. I want to point out, he sort of jumped onto the back of Facade, and I think it threw Facade off. He wasn't expecting the QAS, or the second QAS. And then, when he caught it, Facade was gone. It was done. Gory had the strength behind it and just laid him into the mat.
Gory waited for 13 years to have a championship reign with a Super Indy title that went beyond 90 minutes. And now, about 6 months strong and counting, Gory looking stronger than ever. The New Age play continues to infect the Super Indy division. Gory not leaving the ring. Again, nearly a decade and a half of history. We've been around for all of it. We've seen these men grow up together, the best of friends and the bitterest of rivals.
And you can see Gory just hands it to his side. I think he's trying to show.
These fans are showing you.
Gory has something he wants to address here.
Only have one thing to say, Facade. Welcome home. Welcome back home.
A moment that perhaps I thought I'd never see. But when else on the most unpredictable night of the IWC year would you see Gory and Facade embrace him that way?
Well, now that Gory knows he has the title, he got a chance to let go of a little bit of hate. You don't see that happen from Gory too often.
The contempt runs deep, but so does the respect. Gory and Facade. What a moment, what a battle. But Gory presses on, the face of Super Indy.
This contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the IWC World Heavyweight Championship.
You got one more in it, Jayworth?
No.
You don't have a choice. It's party time. The frenetic energy of the Spazmania Devil. Andrew Powers lived out a dream at Winner Take All 2017. But can he keep it up? Powers' first go with the reset button as the man in IWC Wrestling.
It's one thing to prepare for your challenge for someone against your title. It's another to just have it sort of dropped on you. We will see how he handles the surprise tonight.
Sometimes he's popular, sometimes he's polarizing, but he pinned Wardlow, and you can't deny he damn sure earned it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger will be chosen by the reset button.
Here we go. Who you got, Farnsworth? Who's going to be?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say T-Rex.
It's happened before. This could be Pump Ferrari's night. Who knows? Pal's the fighting champion, though. I know he wants somebody at the top of their game.
And who's better than T-Rex?
Here's a guy that thinks he's better than everybody.
I was born to win, cause I'm born again, and I own the ring, yes. I am the champion. I'm winning, I win it all. I'm winning, I win it all.
Swaggy D, Dylan Bostic. And you know he's been training hard all week in Orlando, Florida for an opportunity like this.
We'll just to show off what that training brought him tonight. He just got a title opportunity.
Bostic lucked out because he had a shot in Rural Valley at IWC Fallout. Palace survived that night. But a totally different set of circumstances tonight. Could the element of surprise be what Bostic needs?
I mean, nothing against Dylan Bostic. I just really wanted the T-Rex.
Bostic, former Super Indy champion. These two have battled over that championship many times. We go to Nick Lendl.
Introducing first is the challenger. Currently on that Platinum World Tour. Coming in at 192 pounds, the money way, Dylan Bostic.
Cheshire Cat Grin is the ending formality to Swaggy D.
And his opponent.
Oh my God. That's Wardlow's music.
I mean, we're safe up here, right?
I hope so. He didn't have any business up here. First time we've seen Wardlow since he lost the IWC title.
Justin LaBar with him.
I didn't know they were going to be here.
No freaking way. It's been 2 months since that bogus win by Andrew Palace. It's been 2 months. No phone calls returned by management, no rematch given. Well, it's time for a reality check. The reality is, this man is still unbeaten. The reality is, this man is the real world champion. The reality is, he's here. This is the man with more in his name, Wardlow.
Well, Bostic has been a LaBar guy for years. Whoa. And Bostic and Wardlow are getting into it now. We got a malfunction of the junction.
Yeah, Team LaBar just, it looks like, is coming apart at the seams.
I think Bostic realizes Wardlow's a better ally than a rival. Bostic's trying to mend fences.
If I'm Andrew Palace, I'm taking note of this, and I would look to keep those two as
Andrew Palace is saying if they want it to be a triple threat match, they're doing it.
I would antagonize them one against the other.
Triple threat tonight. Let's do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this next one will be a triple threat match for the IWC World Heavyweight Championship.
Palace, a fighting champion. Is this more guts than brains? As Palace immediately playing mind games with Bostic. Where's that Benny Hill theme again? Because we got a chase sequence.
He took off.
And Palace outsmarts Bostic, not always hard to do. Here comes Wardlow into Bostic, look out. Well, Palace created a disadvantageous circumstance, but he already worked his way around it.
And I gotta say, Wardlow didn't look that concerned about the fact that he ended up hitting Dylan Bostic.
I don't think Wardlow's had concern for any other man, woman, child, animal, vegetable, or mineral since he lost that championship. He's had tunnel vision on the IWC Gold. And Wardlow didn't even give a damn if the reset button chose him or not. Wardlow is contractually gifted a rematch. And Palace, Bostic, and Wardlow were all okay with that. I guess Bostic wanted to use Wardlow as an ally. Palace just wants to fight the world. Interesting contrast of strategies here as all three come with a different mindset, but all three seem to think that a triple threat match might favor them better.
I mean, I don't know that Wardlow cared if it was triple threat. I don't know that I would have.
Hurry a driver!
It's over!
Palace has this one if Bostic was saved.
I was gonna say, I don't know that that Wardlow cared. I don't know that I would have made that same choice. I probably would have looked to have kept it one-on-one, just because statistically you have a better shot.
Let's point out that this is one fall, to the best of my knowledge, contrary to the prior matchup, it was elimination. Oh, Cody driver to Bostic.
No.
Dylan counters. Oh, that's a German suplex. Well, and also this about Bostic. I don't think I've ever seen Bostic in better shape than he is now.
I was gonna say the
cover here, 2 count over.
The way he snapped that suplex, the speed with which he hit that knee, it's sort of like that. He refined everything he does into a much more cohesive package. And now Team LeBar's looking to be on the same page again.
Well, they both have a common enemy. They both have a common goal. But my question, and LeBar looking on approvingly from the outside, LeBar really can't lose in this scenario because either way he'll represent the champion if somebody upends Palace.
Yeah, but there can be only one winner, Joe. And in the back of their minds, both Wardlow and Dylan Bostic know that.
Well, the question is
who turns on whom.
Exactly.
At what point.
And will the other be ready for it?
Being ready for it's one thing. Surviving it, that's another.
Am I too much for you? Am I too much?
Dylan, it's not just you in the match, pal.
Yeah, but don't tell Dylan that.
Yeah, really. All the spotlight on him. If Bostic could somehow wrestle a match by himself and get away with it, I'm sure he'd pick that every time.
Well, I didn't tell you it was his favorite match.
Hard rights by Wardlow.
That is 2 favorite wrestlers in it.
There you go.
And now Wardlow just stalking. As Palace tries to get up, he just stomps him back down. Doesn't let the Spasmanium Devil get up. It's a smart move. Dylan Bostic just yelling from the corner. Well,
and Palace
decides to get involved.
But Palace, mark of a champion no matter what, trying to get to his feet and continue the battle.
Well, he knows what's on the line. He can't just give this up. Based upon his mindset, I don't know that he ever would, but...
And look at Palace. A lot of fight left in him as Bostic drills him with a backbreaker. Palace in trouble, and there you see. Yeah, Bostic, I think, as soon as he saw his light flashing before him, he backed off quick. And Palace 2-on-1. Wardlow oftentimes is the strength of 2 men by himself. God, Bostic also in the most obnoxious mood he's ever been in. Bostic, the only man in his match that's never been IWC champion. Palace knows both rivals all too well.
And Wardlow getting behind Palace.
Well, if they can divide and conquer, textbook drop kick. Bostic's got to let himself not get too big for his britches here.
Oh, don't worry. Wardlow will remind him as soon as that britches size becomes too constricted.
Yeah, we've come close a couple times. The ego of Bostic and the temper of Wardlow are not a good combination. Wardlow does not like being touched.
No. Don't touch Wardlow. Don't touch Wardlow.
That's a good rule no matter who you are or what you're doing in life. Just stay away. As Palace He's not subscribing to that rule. All guns blazing, but Wardlow catches Palace. Could be Wardlow bomb. Oh, God, Palace got drilled. Absolutely drilled.
You know, someone doesn't follow directions well.
Bostic is standing between Wardlow and his conquest, and that may not be a good idea. Goodbye, Mr. Bostic.
And you can see the frustration on Labar's face. As he said, I told him.
Nearly peeled Bostic out of the ring. Back body drop. Oh, God. Follow-away slam.
And Bostic, no. Thrown out of the ring and then crawled halfway around it.
Crawling for sanctuary. He may crawl all the way to the locker room. It's Wardlow and Palace center ring.
Wardlow dragging Palace around by the hair.
Wardlow can become a two-time IWC champion now. German release suplex. And Palace is... In Wardlow's eyes, Palace took everything. Took Wardlow's identity, his paycheck, everything he worked for. And Wardlow has been an absolute machine, and absolutely just unreachable in a psychological standpoint ever since. I think even LeBar is scared to be around Wardlow sometimes.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. Well, Wardlow doesn't like me. He likes LeBar.
I don't care if I'm on the Lions' good side. It doesn't mean I'm going to get into the den.
Look how effortless Wardlow's making these suplexes look. Wardlow about 275.
Tossing Palace around like he's a bag of potatoes.
2 count only. And Palace has landed high on that neck several times in this matchup so far. And with Wardlow, usually you only need one to do significant damage. Oh, God! A snap on that belly to belly. Here's Bostic.
And Bostic wondering, should...
Oh, God. That's a preemptive strike from Wardlow that time.
Bostic thought about trying to get into the ring to break that up.
Bostic was ready to sacrifice the chance to hold the IWC title just so he didn't have to mess with Wardlow. That said a lot about Wardlow.
I think Wardlow shot him a glance during the pin. Wardlow knew what was going on.
Oh! Palace hits Wardlow sternum first. Jawbreaker. Enziguri connects.
And again. 4 kicks to the head. 5.
And Wardlow's on his feet.
And then a flying, I couldn't tell if that was a kick or a knee from our perspective.
Whoa, and a suicide dive. Bostic is practically motionless as Palace. Now ready to take a chance. Oh no! Palace stutter step but adjusted and still made contact with Wardlow but came down hard on the knee.
And Bostic senses his opportunity.
That's a disadvantage. Sweat, oil, all sorts of substances on that rope. And Dylan Bostic was able to adjust.
No. Chill out, bro.
Now forming an alliance with Palace?
Well, really, if I have to take out Wardlow, I'm asking for as much help as I can get.
Yeah, but if you're Palace, could you trust Bostic as far as, well, I could throw him?
No! But Palace knows that. Means to an end, Joe. Means to an end.
I think Palace is with you there. Never thought I'd see it, but not enough. Wardlow the spear.
And now Wardlow just pulling Palace up.
2 men was not enough. Chop block. 2 men was not enough to get Wardlow down. To keep Wardlow down, but Bostic takes out the monster at the knee, at the base. Palace still doesn't trust Bostic, but Bostic will make strange bedfellows to protect himself. Double suplex isn't enough. Wardlow countering.
Up.
Oh, good God.
And all that time in the gym pays off.
Wardlow is an absolute machine.
And Bostic up to his feet. Palace up to his feet.
And Wardlow now just dividing and conquering. Palace is waiting. What is this? Power driver? It took deconstructing half the ring to stop Wardlow last time. Oh! A modified Alabama slam. Palace is hurt.
And LeBar just...
Oh, Bostic downstairs!
Oh, here we go!
Wardlow is going to drive Palace head first.
That's 3.
And Bostic, half a count away from stealing the title. And Bostic is incredulous. Oh, Bostic.
Rickus never just got kicked in the gut.
Didn't see Palace there, pile driver.
Dumped on his head.
Can Palace do it? No! What is going to stop these men?
Oh. Well, it might be a running kick in the case of Palace.
Well, a bar with a chair. Wardlow doesn't want to use the chair, risk disqualification. Now Wardlow going to use it. Oh, Palace defensive maneuver. The shotgun drop kick. LeBar's plan blew up in his face, literally.
Bostic up. Oh!
Bostic hits LeBar. Oh, Bostic in disbelief. Could this be?
There it is.
Hernia driver. The best laid plans. Palace retains the title. And check out the look on Wardlow's face. Check out the wide eyes, the shock, the awe, the rage. Wardlow inserted himself in this title match and then lost his rematch without even being pinned.
All 3 members of Team LeBar are shocked and stunned that this was the outcome. Mathematically, they should have had it. Physically, they should have had it. And yet, Andrew Palace, despite a bum wheel, figured out a way to pull out a win.
Andrew Palace, on top of the world. Reset button or not, send them all. Andrew Palace reigns supreme as IWC champion. And Wardlow back to the drawing board. And it's a celebration time in court time. Once again, Wardlow and LeBar with some heated words on the floor. But Andrew Palace is still the man. Wardlow be damned.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.